Hey, Charisma here. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video by SoCast. A woman must have this before you propose. Let's get into it. Here we go.
On your track record, what is the best traits and characteristics for a wife and mother?
Well, I think what she said first, which is like good with kids, right? If you're planning to have kids with them, are they a good mom? And
Number one.
yeah, for me, and she was a teacher before, so I was like, that's amazing. Because like, if you've been a teacher, you've gone through all that schooling, you've dealt with kids, you've dealt with a lot of different people's kids.
Yeah.
You obviously know how to be around kids. That's huge.
Okay.
So I would
Anything else you
say
want to add to
good
that?
with kids. I mean, are you talking about her specifically? I would look at her family and friends. I think family's huge.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
trying to give game to the guys out there who are contemplating maybe wifing up this girl, maybe dating this girl, maybe knocking up this girl, and they're like, "Oh, actually, my hot girl actually hates kids,"
I mean,
and you're contemplating
I think
marrying her. It's like,
if you're already dating a
That could be a
girl,
great thing.
why's that?
When you say, give me your list of things or qualities that can make a good mother and a good wife, implicit in that is that, those two different categories are not sometimes competing with each other. You can have a woman who has really great qualities that make her a mother, but some of those great
hundred
qualities,
percent correct.
yeah,
Yeah, 100%. Because you
What?
can be an amazing mom and be a terrible wife.
that's exactly right.
Because you also can put all your attention to the kids and then
And she's
neglect
not a good
your
wife.
husband.
That's exactly right. And so many women do that, and men are shocked. And this it's happened so much, especially after the second kid. A lot of times women will just cut off the sex. It's, hey, I was a wife, but now I'm a mom, right?
Mhm.
And so men
True. And I've heard where situations where, yeah, the wife cuts the sex off from the husband, and now she's focused on being a mom, and that's the only role that she's playing. And it leads to, uh, the demise of the marriage, of the relationship, because his needs are not being met. No attention is paid to the husband. Everything is focused on the children. I mean, 99.9% is focused on the children, which is not healthy, and it's not great for a marriage or a relationship.
don't take this into account.
Yeah.
Men get married thinking that the woman that they're marrying, who's devoted to them, is going to stay that way.
Mhm.
And what so many men find out is that that is not the case, especially when the kids start coming.
Very important point
Very
you just
true.
made right there. Okay,
So I've
so
been doing this for 20
No,
years. I'm
I
telling
do
you, I
this.
see this.
One in,
and
Okay,
I
one,
see
in,
this
so
one in four marriages is sexless. I just like to add
one
that
in four
One in
marriages
four.
is sexless. Do we know however many years that takes to get
I
to
think
that point?
I think it's like 2 or 3 months if I remember.
2 or 3
correct-
months. What?
Like no sex. Like that.
No,
No, I'm
meaning
saying
like
how long have they been
after
married?
2 years of marriage, 5 years of marriage, 7-year itch, 10 years.
I don't know how they. I just know it was 1 in 4.
What I see is that it almost always comes after the kids. And
Yeah.
just for some reason, it's that fucking second kid. It's that second kid that will start it up.
One
Not the
kid for
first
me, bro.
kid, but
That's
it's the
One
second
and
one.
done.
What if they have like 4 or 5 kids?
What if they have 10?
No, yeah. So
If
like,
they have
what's
10,
the-
you're
is
great.
it-
Bro,
no,
you're great.
no,
Like,
I mean, if like, is it after the girl like has the last kid that she wants? Or will it still
listen,
kind of?
it just depends. Nick Rekieta, awesome YouTuber, he was talking about, I think he has 5 kids, and he was talking about, him and his wife, they'll like pull over and go into a, a gas station bathroom to have, like, I mean, they're just hot and heavy.
That
Oh
is
my gosh.
unheard of.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, right? So
Okay.
there are people that are on the
That
extremes.
sounds like some like something about Mary shit. Just pulling over to the fucking side of the
I
restroom.
mean,
to get back at
that
gas
would
station.
be, I mean,
Rest
just
stops.
as a divorce attorney, I
Okay.
want to stand up and clap.
But
But-
let me ask you this question, because I want to be clear on this. You're basically saying that women need to prioritize their man, and that even almost more than your children, because I think you said a quote like that: kids should not be the priority over their marriage, because after the kids leave the house, then you're going to have a neglected husband, and then there's an endless marriage.
I totally
So
agree with that.
you agree with that?
I agree with that because I believe that you're the foundation of the family, the man and the woman, or man and man, woman, whatever. But I feel like you're the foundation of the family. And if you guys crumble, everything crumbles.
100%.
So
Okay, so what should
Yes, so relationship should be on the partners. You know, the wife should be paying attention to the husband, of course. When there are kids involved, yes, you need to divide your attention to the kids because you can't ignore the kids. But what we see more often than not is where the woman completely ignores the husband, has no attention for him, stops the sex because now she's a mom, and that's the only role that she desires to play because she has children. And there ends that marriage.
men do from your perspective? What can men do
Well, that's what I was
to
saying. I
make
think
sure
if-
that
I
that
think-
doesn't happen?
When you're saying like speak to the guys, I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, like if you really want me to speak to the guys pre-engagement, pre-marriage, um, you got to have so many conversations with this woman that's going to be your partner on a host of issues that determine whether or not it's going to, last or work. But those conversations can be about kids, but it's also, do you want to have kids? Yes. What kind of parenting do you guys want to do? How often are you going to be around? How are you not going to be around? Who's going to work? Who's going to make money? Who's going to do this? And then you got to have those conversations about sex. You do have to have those conversations.
you
got to
do.
have conversations
Mhm.
about financials. You're the financial guy. I'm sure a lot of people are getting married when their finances aren't in order.
Of course.
And so that's going to cause a lot of issues. And so you've got,
I mean, listen. It's impossible to say that partners communicating with themselves between each other is a bad thing, right?
Of course.
But especially like when he said, well, let's talk about sex. How do you feel about sex? Maybe frequency and stuff like this. You have to understand that the woman that you are talking to when you're 26 with no kids, you can talk all you want to this woman. She is a different woman when
Yep.
she's 34, 2 kids, 3 kids in, right? You talking to her, is it gonna hurt anything? Absolutely not. But you better believe you cannot hold that woman to anything she says, because we all know that it's a woman's prerogative to change her mind, right? So yes, tell these men, talk to your woman. There's nothing wrong with that, but do not believe for a second that you talking to her is going to get you the real answers that you're looking for, and you will be able to rely on those answers in the future.
So if you like that,
So here's my takeaway from this video. Yes, it's important to have communication up front before you get married, after leading up to marriage, because it's important. Talking about finances, talking about, sex, the frequency, how do you like it, blah, blah, blah. How many children, if you want to have kids, if you can have kids, 'cause not everyone can have kids, etc. All the important questions. However, like he said, that it will change for the woman once she has at least her second child. Her relationship to you and how she views you as a priority in her life, it's going to change. So therapy, 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 and be in that mindset that you're going to have to visit this again after your second child, when things start to shift, especially when it comes to the woman, because she's going through so many emotional changes and her priority is shifting now to her children. Therapy, therapy, therapy will help this situation out for sure. Let me know in the comments below if you've experienced this once you got married and after you had your second child or first child, and you felt within your attitude, your desire for your husband, especially when it comes to sexual relationships, if that happened to you, if you experienced that, or if you didn't experience that and nothing has changed, and you've gone on to have a beautiful, successful marriage, you've had children with your husband, and you've maintained a marriage that over time has become greater, has become better as you evolve as two adults, as husband and wife, and as parents to your children. Let me know in the comments below. I look forward to hearing your comment, and let's talk about this. And as always, I look forward to you subscribing to the channel, hitting that notification bell to get notification when I drop a daily video like this one. Until next time, take care and bye for now.